I say we turn that music up because I can't hear you. Let's go, lifers!
angustia que siente no sirve para nada. Oye, tienes que cambiar, luchar porque no es tan mal, risa porque la vida te da, la angustia que siente no sirve para nada.
Dun, dun, dun. Fed day is upon us, folks. 64,300, but it looks like there could be a short squeeze here as we continue to look. We're getting awesome. The lowest fees of the market here at BTCC. Jump on it today. If you're in the group and you're on BTCC, but you don't have my link, let Muck know. There's a man named Muck right there in the BTC exchange. He sits in the Discord. He will flip you underneath our order, We'll put your little user ID underneath us. you'll get these amazing lower fees. Jump on it today. Don't play yourself. BTCC, where you could trade anything all the time. All right? And I love BTCC. I got a trade open right now on the weekly for Bitcoin. It's taking its time. You know what I mean? The weekly trades take about, I'd say, a month or two, maybe even 4 months to fully develop to where I want them to be or where I desire to get gains from. But yeah, you could jump on it today to take advantage of my connection to them, and then you can get that awesome hookup that we provide. Yeah. Check it out today at BTCC, baby. All right. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and being absolutely amazing. All right. And let me get this thing out of here. Whoa. What's going on over here? I guess that's what I do. Whoa. There it is. All right. Shout out to my wonderful people. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. My trade was going well. Now it doesn't seem to be going so well, right? So let's take a look at what's happening there. Yeah. I was up, about $200 as everything kind of started the thing. And then, yeah, didn't seem like we were going to get that move. So let's take a look at the bigger picture here for BTC. And, yeah, let me take a look at what we're seeing here on weeks. And let's see what's happening to my live trade, because it was going well until I started the stream. And then, hey, things weren't going so well no mas. So it looks like I got stopped out for like 120. They went and grabbed me below the 200. So anyway, all right. So my trade's out. I've won my first trade of the day. I took about a little over 450. Lost the second trade, 120. Not too bad. I'll take it as a win on a Fed day. Let's jump on in and see if there's something happening on the bigger picture for Bitcoin. Last night I called along right about here as this green candle started pumping. Then as I went to bed, I saw this red candle, but I didn't, and I said, but I didn't stress. I woke up about, I don't know, $700-800, or maybe even probably $1,000 or $1,200. Then it was about $700 right here. Then we kind of went up and down. Would have nice to sold that pump there. Then we kind of came right back down with it. We're sideways, but it doesn't look too bad. We're going to kind of break it down and show you what I see happening here for Bitcoin for the monthly all the way down. It's called a top-down analysis. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being amazing and jumping on in on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, 7/29. It's a blessed day to be alive. God, thank you for this opportunity to be here. Google, YouTube, for the opportunity to have a platform. Everybody that listens to me and everyone that shows up today, God bless you. Thank you so much. With your viewership, we create a wonderful show, and I have a cool life and somewhere to be every single day. For the last 2,000 days, you guys have provided a place for me to be. Over that now. And I just want to say thank you again every single day for this beautiful community and everybody in it. May we win today, learn today, or do something that sharpens our sword, no matter what happens. So let's take a look at the monthly. I'm still looking for this to turn into a bit of a shoulder. Head, right shoulder over time. Somewhere by November to December, we start to turn. You know what I mean? I think it's going to take some time. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. And we start to get maybe a possible bounce back to the upside for Bitcoin. Is there some live trading today? You know what? I'm itchy. I'm itchy for some live trading. Let's take a look at the 1 minute time frame and see what's happening. Because I see, I took my model right there. We started getting the pump. I was in the money. Got stopped out at a very small, very, very small price action there. Let's see now where we kind of... Yeah, that's chop right now on the 1 minute. Now, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I like to go in between these top-down analysis, but also live trade. This is BTC live trading every single day. I want to show you kind of what's happening this weekend. Made gains in front of the world. We did very, very well this weekend, which was like kind of strange. I shouldn't say that because lately I've been saying that and we keep making gains on the weekend. Put a 333 if you've been making gains with this channel. Like you've come to the channel, you've learned the education, and you made gains with me. Put a 333 in the chat if this is your go-to channel to trade with. And if you're a beginner, this is your go-to channel to learn how to trade. One trade sold to profit this morning, another trade to break even. Then down, then up, then down. BTC, I know, today's been one of those days. Yep. 130 stops on my big brown chunk. God is good. God bless you, man. You got opportunity ahead of you. Someone gave you a beautiful route where you can make money. I love how you're looking at it as an opportunity. That means more opportunity will come to you. You know, other guys get in it, man, I can't stand being a UPS driver. You look at it as a blessing. And I think, you know what? So much more is coming for people that think like you, brother. You're on the path to high frequency. You're on the path to elevating your life and progressing to another level. Cheers to you for seeing that in your life and taking advantage of the gratitude. God bless you. Crypto Taco, man, I love you for always being here. You provide a beautiful, higher frequency environment for people. Thank you. Okay, so the monthly looks good to me so far. I just want to close a green candle of the month. We've been babysitting this thing since July 1st, right? It's funny, every single day as we get closer and closer to the monthly candle close. That will be Friday night. Sad to say, I will be flying at that point, and I don't think I'll be flying in a place that has, I'll be on like JetBlue. I don't think I'll have like strong Wi-Fi for a stream, so I will miss the monthly candle close. I won't get home till 1 in the morning. I will be exhausted. If I'm lucky, you know, God keeps us safe and everything works out, which may that all be. Let's take a look here at the 2-week chart for BTC. You know, my go-to, my hidden gem. Whenever the 2-week is below on the stochastics RSI and the fear and greed is in the heavy shaded region, if we can get 15, 10, 9, heck, we got 5 twice, I had to grab it. I came across your channel a month ago. I've been watching daily since. I like that. We still got new people every single day that see for one time and then say, you know what, I'm going to watch for a good amount of time. Hey, shout out to you, and may many more people like you come on in. Yeah, this group is, if there are payments worth making, this group is one of them. Took the LM course. Well, bro, turbocharged my trading. Thank you for saying that. And, you know, I see a lot of new people inside the trading group. Jump on in to take advantage of everything we have here. The Master Friend Advantage. Jump on in. $300 for serious traders on top. But it's a one-time payment. It is an upsell. Okay? But if we upsell you anything, we upsell you greatness, in my humble opinion. And I've handpicked this man from thousands of traders I met in my life. I know greatness when I see it. I want to run a university, not just a school. A school is one teacher. A university is many teachers. And he's one of people, you know what I mean? And we're going to roll together into something new and amazing. So jump on in today. It's going to blow your mind. You're just going to learn some extra skills when it comes to lever trading that you may have never known before. All right, I don't, you know, and we both dedicate our time to the group to help others, and it's a team effort. So jump on in today. Hit the QR code to find out more with Master Friend. All right. Shout out to my peoples. Beat Sam, thank you for giving Beat. I know Beat just continued to rip, but I'm a little beat. I got beat on Beat. But shout out to everyone that just, you know, like to take the beat, you know what I mean? Zeus Cash, bestie in the game. Thank you for saying that. So whenever, again, this is a simple move for me. I've done this and it has never failed for me, but I buy a lot of Bitcoin whenever we're below the dotted line. And I see the fear and greed is in the heavily shaded region here on the left in the fear. Right? If you're new, we use Sam and Master Friends education to make up gains up or down. Join the education of a life or time. You're funny. I love you, man. Go to CryptoLifer.com to find out more. Go to CryptoLifer.com to find out more. Go to CryptoLifer.com to find out more. Hit the subscribe button. Basic, quarterly, or annual. Jump in for the year, man. I'm here every single day. Haven't taken a day off. Put in the work with me. Like, commit for a year to actually learn something new. The secret to success is getting started. I will see you there. Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly, as long as we close above the 200 moving average, folks, we have ourselves a chance at surviving here. To me, it's all about this yellow moving average on this big weekly. And also the weekly is showing bullish div. On my stochastics RSI, on my RSI, this is the lowest the RSI has ever been. Look at this. I mean, it's close. I mean, it's a little closer in the bear market dump. But I mean, that's it. You get the bear market, then you get the higher low, and that's it. The bear market and the higher low. This is identical to every dip we've ever had, every massive dip for Bitcoin. You know, first, the one we're seeing here is the bottom of the bear market right there. Here's the bottom of the second bear market right there. And here's the bottom of the third bear market. I mean, I don't know what to tell everybody, but this is screaming bottom. I don't know. I buy so much Bitcoin here, and I committed to it publicly. I told everyone if you didn't buy Bitcoin around these areas, you're probably going to kick yourself years from now. It always looks like it's going lower when you buy the best price. I'll tell you that. It always looks like it's going higher when you sell the top. Always looks like it's going higher when you sell the top. Always looks like it's going lower when you buy the bottom. Remember those two words for the rest of your life, I'm telling you. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you'll never know what the bottom is because you'll think it's keep going up when you sell, and you're going to think it's keep going down when you buy. So what do? You have the guts to look at things in a zoomed out way with a large picture of it. You know, you look at it from a large landscape version. I say landscape version because I think of the landscape paintings from the 1800s where they painted these giant plateaus. And I think of like a Native American looking out over. They would look out over and they could see the herds of buffalo in different directions, and they'd pick a bigger one, right, to get the best percentage of a capture. So before I went on any hunt, I would go to the top and look out so I could see the big picture. That's very similar to going to the monthly or the weekly and looking at price action. We're standing on a high hill right now, looking out from a very high perspective. Eventually, we're going to zoom in. We're going to end up on that 1 minute later on today. You know we will, and we're going to be trading it and seeing what's going on. Right now, it's looking bearish and turning down, so I'm happy we got stopped out there. It's rough out here in these streets lately. And the day before, the Fed day is also a horrible day to trade. Usually wait for after Fed day, or at least after Kevin Warsh talks. Wait for about 3, 4 o'clock and go from there. We look at the 5-day chart. 5-day chart looks very interesting too as well. Very tight, okay? You got bullish divergence here. And look at that tightness right there on the 5-day. 3-day chart. We need shoulder, head, right shoulder to come in and save the day. And then the daily looks good to me. You know, we did bounce. And thank you so much for giving memberships. Let me take a look at who did that and give some credit where credit is due. It's Marcus, of course. Sent 10 gifted memberships. God bless you. Thank you so much for constantly supporting the channel. It's amazing how I have undying support that never stops. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. May the positivity in your life continue to grow, and may you get that back tenfold the way you gave. I've been giving a lot the last week. Every chance I've had, I've been having, I've been letting money flow right out of my hands to people and saying thank you. And you know what? It's coming right back to me every single time. I find it very strange. Every time I give a massively big tip, someone's like, I just joined for the year. Or 5 people say I joined for the, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And tonight is the full moon. The buck moon, folks. Why do they call it the buck moon? It's when the young bucks begin to grow their antlers. This is the time of year. So we call it the buck moon. It brings in the strength of the antlers of the buck. You know, a symbol of strength. The steer. The sturdy steer. The buck, The stallion. The male, you know what I mean? The male horse. I know a deer's not a horse, but you know what I'm saying. The male horse, the male elk, the male deer, whatever it is. It's that, you picture that big elk with the big giant antlers, and you're just like, that's a man, Be like, are you out of do you like animals? Shout out to everybody here. No. It's getting scary. This show is weird. No. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. It never comes out right when you're trying to, you know what I mean? It's just, the hunter. They always have those big, taxidermy. Okay, that's a good word for you to learn today. If you don't know what taxidermy is, when you stuff an animal, basically make it eternal. It can sit on your wall forever. They kind of rebuild parts of it like marble eyes and stuff, but they make it look quite realistic. And there's an art to taxidermy. And either you know how to do it or you don't. I mean, it's shoulder, head, right shoulder. I believe this daily, or it pushes up, this daily could continue somewhere just at the top of the channel. I'm not saying it's going to be an amazing move, but that's what we're looking for. We do need the daily to close green for this to occur, but this is kind of what I'm adjusting the chart for here throughout the day. 12-hour, 22, both look kind of bashful. 8-hour rejected by the 200 yet again. 4-hour nasty candle as it just closed, at 8 a.m. That nasty tweezer top, which is to me, I guess we got to say it's like another failed, like a resistance level there. And I mean, if you get resistance there, you usually come right back to the bottom. We do have some support on the point of control right here. We're right at it. 1 hour time frame just bit the bullet. Just decided it was going to just go. Yikes. So this is the trend line on the daily right here. You know what I mean? Huh. And I guess you got to say, okay, rising wedge, right? Rising wedges break down 68, and then could it be shoulder, head, right shoulder? So we took this pump off. I moved my stop loss to break even. I got taken out around here. Then I tried to scalp and got stopped out, and that's kind of my day. It's not a mystery. It's not amazing. It's a good story, though, right? I mean, you know. Hey, at least I got one. At least I have a trading story today. At least I did something. I'm active almost every, you know, as much as you can be as a trader. I take some nights off. I take some time off to rest the brain. I know when it's like, okay, we go all day long. You guys are on my mind all day long. The Discord's on my mind all day long. An update, a look, something. Can't stand when a trade doesn't play out, but no trade's ever going to go forever. Just not going to happen, right? Isn't it a possible bigger inverted head and shoulder? That's what I was looking at. We've been looking at that idea, yeah. So right now, we need this to bounce here. But we were looking for that earlier, and we didn't get it. I was looking for the 15-minute to give us some grace. Barely got it. So, like, I'm looking, you know, I would watch this closely. And as we get closer and closer to Kevin Warsh at 2:15, I'll talk to my wife. I may or may not be able to do Fed Day. I'm leaving in 2 days, and we have, like, so many loose ends to cover. Kind of sad, though. I give up my, you know what I mean? But we'll see. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Fed Day today. We'll talk to my team. We'll figure it out. Going short, Sammy. Shout out to my fellow oil bulls. Bulls on that oil, getting that gain. You know, shoulder head kind of looks like a head and shoulder. Like, look, shoulder. I see a head and shoulder here for Bitcoin. Shoulder. Head, right shoulder. And, you know, that's sketchy. Also a bit of a fall. You know, I could see it either way. Today's Fed Day, man. So crazy. It's that day where, like, anything has happened. Tensions are high. Order books are light. And it's Fed Day at the end of the month. Are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation and hit that like button. Thank you so much. Don't be scared. It doesn't hurt your hand. All right. You said the Uniswap trade going well. Let's take a look at Uni and see what's happening to Uni. Broke out a little bit. It was in a beautiful flag. Did pump out the flag nicely. Let's see if this could continue. Nice breakout for Uni. Entry in there at about 384. It is up at 405. That's a nice, you know, not bad. A little like 5%. Because 38 would be 10 on 380. You move the stop a little higher now. Can shave a little bit of risk and see how this puppy goes. But so far, so good. We'll continue to update as this comes up. It's nasty in Tampa today. I see rain everywhere here, too. Rain all over the place here. Yeah. Funny, brothers catch a tiger shark in Cape Cod. 2 brothers made a rare catch at Falmouth, reeling in a tiger shark. Last week in Cape Cod, I saw the horizontal lines indicate it's a tiger shark. It's our first time catching a tiger shark. It's definitely our first time in Cape Cod. The tiger sharks are typically found in warmer waters than Cape Cod. We're starting to see them more consistently, but not that common. Ooh, yikes. A big boy, huh? Mysterious death of 15 elephants. Anyway, nice move there for Uni. I like it. All right, and Japan had a pretty big earthquake a couple days ago. Hope everyone's safe there in Japan. They did have some fatalities. I'm sorry to hear that. Moment of silence for Japan and those people. Okay, I think we still here until the long short gets overweight, and then we will just go where liquidity is exactly. I mean, that's the story every day, isn't it, though? You have to trade WTIs, you know, just to fill up your gas tank. I know, right? If you don't trade it, you'll be left out in the dark. Funny. Let's take a look at that USOIL getting a move here. That crude, baby, that crude. Oh, so it had a little bounce, 76 back up. And we did call that long, what, at 75? And it did pump. Look, it pumped all the way to 93. Came back to almost near entry, and then now it's back in the green again. taking its time. And look, I'm looking for that inverted head and shoulders. So far, it's kind of doing something like that. US oil. Let's take a look. We'll do a bit of a deeper dive here for oil for you. See what's happening on the monthly and whittle our way down. So, wow. If you look at the monthly itself, it kind of looks somewhat bullish or sideways at least. Looks like it's going to go, you know, sideways until April 33. Between this range, we're going to range for about, I don't know, we could range for 6 to 7 years, and then it's going to go on some breakout. Yeah, it could come down and double bottom. You never know. But it looks like we're going to be ranging on the bigger time frame. I could be wrong. But so far, that looks like, we had high, low, highs, lows, real lows, real highs, lows, high, like kind of going to start to kind of whittle. The world will find its equilibrium. And there'll be other ways, other people got oil other ways too, you know what I mean? So the stress it causes, it still can cause stress, don't get me wrong. But we're mitigating the stress that the Strait of Hormuz is causing. Remember all the oil that we threw out of, we had Texas and we had all the, Venezuela, things have changed geopolitically in the entire oil game. 2-week chart looks bullish. It's oversold since it's headed up. So to me, it does say in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, maybe 8 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks, oil makes its move back to 121, but then eventually kind of stalls out again. But it does look like a possible long. Let's kind of keep going here. The weekly has broken back above the 200, tapped by the 21. The 3-day chart, above the 200 moving average, again, tapped by the 21. The daily, with a bounce off the 21, above the 200, cup and handle for oil. You see it. It's a cup and handle for it. You can even buy the breakout right now, put a stop below the 200. There's a chance you win that trade. I'm not going to take it, but there's some good probability there. And then the 4-hour, to me, is breaking out. So today, oil gets a bit of a breakout. Can't deny that. Here's your trend line. Oil's breaking out. That's going to be your crude. That's going to be everything you're trading. And look, nice flag here with the 21 touching above the 200. I mean, that's my signal right there. I guess, bang. Oil looks like it's breaking out and headed higher. Shout out to my oil bulls out there taking these oil longs. Let's take a look at the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour getting back above the 200, just kind of made a nice move. Breaking out. 15-minute looks like it could do the, I'd be careful chasing. The 15-minute does look interesting, though. Looks like you could pump. It's got another trend line kind of there. I'd look for the 1 hour to fall into my model. Wait for the 1 hour to touch the 21, and I may trade oil on that signal. No one here is trading oil. I trade oil and natural gas. Look at the volume at it. Yeah. So we'll see what happens, though. It does look like there's going to be a little bit of a temporary bounce there for oil. Follow me at Crypto Life for 33 on X. I greatly appreciate that. We're giving insight on the monthly and big time frames. We talk about the 200 EMA on ETH. We give you so much information, show you the trades that we're playing in, show you what's happening, break it down, even show you some behind the scenes, like where I'm at and what I'm doing. So jump on in today to learn more. All right. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live, and thank you for everybody coming on in. Shout out to the awesome creators out there hanging out. All right. $199 a gallon. Funny. Welcome to the future. Hey, you never know, right? All right. Blessings on blessings to everyone out there. Let's kind of keep deep diving and see what's happening. So Bitcoin in a bit of a pickle. If anything, it looks like it's in his shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it's about to come somewhere down to this liquidity zone. You can see the high volume node sticking out. That's going to be 63.4. That's just a measured move too as well if we take the neckline. It's interesting. It kind of goes right to that right pretty close, 63.5. I'll be looking for that area for Bitcoin. Look at bearish. If I take a look at the 1 minute time frame, it looks bearish to me as well. Seems like it wants to make a move further down, right? Kind of flossing a descending triangle on us. Flip it upside down. I mean, that's the model upside down. Doesn't mean it's going to play out for sure, but I kind of stick to it. Tells us we'll get a dump to 63.5 as well. Same area. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP has that red zone. It's got it down there. It is darker above us for whatever reason, but it has it right there, 63.2, 63.4. There are some stops there, but Bookmap's holding strong. Again, it doesn't always go to the dark red. It's not 100%. All right. Quality on this mic and the acoustics is gas. Sounds like you're in a big volume. Is good? Is gas good? Is that good? I hope you didn't mean to say, the other one. I don't think so. You're always very polite, and you never use profanity. Mr. Stack McChange on the game. No, it does look, I think everything sounds good to me. Hello, check 1 2 1 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate that, Stack, man. Positive energy. You know what? If you thought it sounded bad, I'm sure you'd DM me and say, hey, by the way, because you're saying it publicly, I already know that you're with it because you're my man. See? God bless you, Stack. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Very good, my brother. I'm listening in my audio technique because, see, it sounds beautiful for you. Sam, I love your content, and I reached out before. Just wanted to follow up and see if you're interested in another sex partnership. I registered via my business email and Discord. Thank you. We get them all, man. I get 10 a day. I only work with the best, and I do a lot of vetting, and it takes us a long time. We're backed up on requests. Might take us a month to get back to a regular request. So, it is what it is. I'm sorry. But you just got to give us some time to process. We have a big accounts receivable, Funny. That looks bearish to me, folks. It's the 21 below the 200. It says we're going to take a bit of a dump. Just going to look at it. I'm not going to, I'm just going to take a little glance. And a stop at what? 64,408. I missed the entry. It already dumped on me. The second I was dang, man. It's the only thing about being like a little bit precise with a lot of times, right when I'm going to get in, it dumps. I reset the stream. The mic is good now. Okay, mic check. Let's hear some bars, Sam. Oh, so something was wrong with the mic, you think? I have no idea what's going on. Yeah. Let me double check, see if I hear something weird, but I don't know. Then I got to listen to the stream, create that whole, we got a hurricane in the Pacific. Is that where it is? Anyway, no stress yet for Florida. Oh, they're getting a bounce here. So I didn't, notice I did not open the short. What I do, man, you know what I learned? I'll short and my model will play out. And I said, you know what? Stick to the model in the volatility moments. Doesn't mean I can't short the daily, the 4-hour, bigger time frames. Yeah. Sounds good, Amaya. Thank you to the coaching. Crypto Life for Audio has been spot on. Mike is good. Like the video. Audio is spot on. Sounds good. Thank you, everybody. No audio. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Sammy Stramandanoli. He has no audio, folks. He's learning. He's watching it with no headphones on or something. I'm in Dodge Train. Help me. Make you see the same thing. Maybe not. I remember you saying that the other day. You're like, Doge all the way. I was like, really? There was an issue with the sound, but it's resolved now. That's interesting. Weird. Restart the app probably. So some people haven't. Man, am I under some type of. So weird. Best sound in the game. You never know. There's heavy rain today. I'm on an island. There's a chance things are just tweaking out a little bit. It could happen. I wouldn't be surprised. So, hey, it is what it is. So we're hugging tight right now, but it's still a descending triangle, I gotta say. Came back to entry for me. Do I have the guts to take a shot? It's $200 for less than $400, though. One for $189. It's... Oh, I got it upside down. Hold on. That ain't bad there, 64. So I got to do it right, though. 64, 467, yeah. 64, 243. That's the problem. Yeah, 50 for 180. There you go. 100 for 470. I'm going to take the short on a shady Fed day. Oh, come on, catch me. Catch me on the limit. And I jumped in a little late there, but to me, suggesting that 21 below 200, we're going to get a little bit of a dump. I'm going to move my stop. I'm just going to look for a quick scalp here. Nothing crazy. Like $200-300 and I'm out. I'm not trying to be a hero. Just send it down. Dun, 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 dun. You know, look, it's a descending triangle for sure. To me, these things dump. But I wouldn't be surprised if they rip it right back to the upside. The heavy volatility on this pre-Fed, pre-Fed announcement. That wick there told me the momentum was in our favor, though, how we wicked up on the green and then came down. It's like, I feel like they're going to send it, This candle should flood somewhere down to this region. What are we looking for? Well, we start to kind of pay attention to this idea, a couple ideas here. We'd like to get to here. When we get to here, we'd like to go to this break even if possible. Ooh, they're going to bounce it on me. Those wicks aren't good. Let's see what happens here. And very, just risky to trade before the Fed day because anything could happen right now on a low order book. You can't really blame your system or your strategy if you lose or, You have to know that you're taking a bit of a shot. There is probability, 21 below the 200. Things say that we're going to move down. That's what it says, but we'll see. Now we're going to try to make some type of bull div that can fight it off and then make an inverted head and shoulder. So either I'm going to win the trade or it's going to attempt to reverse, you see? Or they're going to dump it down. I'm very quick to take, I want to take very quick profits here. $200-300, come on. I'm being I don't want to be greedy. Looks like a bit of a bearish retest that could be kind of giving us some love here. Send me to break even. Send this guy. Give us a nice fat red candle to the downside here, folks. This is live trading with Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Welcome. I'm live on weeks here if you're just jumping on in. And I may get my butt handed to me here with this right shoulder. This kind of inverted head and shoulder. Nice divergence there, fighting off the bears. It is a descending triangle, though. We're below the 200 on the 21. But I've been stopped out before the other way. We'll see what happens here for Bitcoin. I want a topping wick. I want a pump up that turns green. I don't want these dumps that turn up. I want these pumps that turn down. When you're in the short, you want to see a green pump. $11 down. We'll see what happens. Paid 24 to get the capital. 33x leverage. So it's $2,000 in at 33x, making it about a whole Bitcoin. 0.77 Bitcoin. What? 0.77. What are the odds? Okay, they sent it down now. That should flip me green. But very, Oh, wow. Look at the bounce there. Wow. Mighty candle. Going after the shorts now. Do I bail? Small losses, big wins is the way to win. This is crazy volatility. Wow, there's the bounce. I mean, that candle said yes. Oh, no. Starting to build this kind of move back to the upside here. Then I'd have to flip back into my model. I don't want to lose more than I don't want to lose much money here. Let's see. Oh, wait. Why was the trigger? Yeah, okay. 185 is the safe zone. I'm not even cool with that. Just feel like it didn't go the way I wanted it to go just yet. Could be a bearish retest of this area. Could be a dump, bearish retest, a continuation though, a lower high. There's a chance they're making this. Just extending this puppy down. Getting people excited for the long. And they're still going to send it. I mean, this trend line is pretty brutal. And look, it did just reject hard off the 21. Down $32. We'll see where we go here. Baby in the trade. kind of looks like slanted cat ears to me too as well. Like, they usually break to the downside. So we'll see, you know. And we haven't shorted the market in a while on the live stream. It's been a bit, for a short scalp. So we'll see how we do here. You can see the patience you need on the small time frames. Everyone thinks it's fast. It's been 10 minutes. We've been sitting here patiently, just working the trade. Planning out the risk, seeing what's going on, and making sure that the charts are speaking to us here. I want to pump right now. Okay, perfect. I want this candle to start up, and then I want it to come down on a massive wick down. See how it has no bottom wick? This is really good. Now I want to see this thing get sold down and turn into a massive wick, turn red, and just collapse. Setting up for a beautiful dump. And it could go all the way to the moon, too. Anything could happen. I've seen it. Let's see where I'm at now. Down 50. Just working through the patience of the trade, knowing that no matter what, and the worst comes to worst, I'll lose 199. Which, you know what I mean, with proper risk management is decent. No big deal. We're sitting where we need to be. But with no, really, bottom wick there. Wow. But that that's going to close in 3 seconds strong green. It's kind of weird. Maybe it just collapses to the downside, but dang. That's weird now. They're setting this up for a dump, right? Candle had no wick to the downside. I mean, it's almost securing the fact that we're going to end somewhere down here. But you never know. Let's see. Dan, that's what you don't want to see is the wick down for, crazy price action. Come on, baby. Oh no. Oh, no. Want a tweezer top close here. Continuation. And we don't want to break the trend. We break the trend line. Boom. This thing's gone. Up there it goes. Oh, no. Oh, no. I treat $85 like it's $1 million. Seriously, I treat every dollar like it's my last. That's what my mentor taught me. I didn't always believe in it. I didn't always listen. Now I do, man. Every dollar is my last dollar. Every dollar could be something I could turn into something more. So why would I just, you know what I mean? It could, like $100 could turn into $1 million if you're smart about it. If you're dedicated to your trading style. So money could turn in. I used to think small amounts of money was a joke, but then when I made a lot of money off a small amount of money, I said, man, all you need is a dream and a brain. It's not the money. If your mind believes that big things can happen to you, then they can. You see, it's just very simple. One green Heikinashi on the 5. Staircase down, elevator up. That's how it's been. It's actually it's usually the elevator down, the staircase up, though. Yeah. My heroes doesn't mean it has to be ours. Intrinsic, 100%. Yeah. Says breaking the rules, trading a Fed day. I'm just trading what I see. 21 below the 200. Fed day or not. Still kind of looks like slanted cat ears to me. And then eventually break to the downside. We'll see. They're fighting us hard here on this bull div. When we now have resistance at 64,150. We break that. We'll probably use that as support to go after 64,287. We stay below it. We're going to come and break through 64 and then use that as resistance to come down to my first level there around 63.8. And you know what? On Fed day, we're likely to probably chop around, but we're making lower highs now. That's a lower high confirmed. I feel like that broke trend now. That's out. You're gone, man. Come on. No. No. Yeah, they're sending that puppy now. Is it above my 30 second? Let me take a look at the smaller time frames. Tempting to do the do here off as this bull div. 5 second just did the model. 21 above the 200 with the pump. Do I trust it? Still no. I mean, it's... But it did break the trend that we were fighting. Look at this. So, Might just get stopped out there. It's okay. Get stopped out on a rainy day. Kind of goes hand in hand. Straight up past the 200, they will take the stop losses at the highs. Typical. Divs played out. We'll see what happens. You never know. I still may win the trade. Could get rejected here on this massive wick. Get a nice, massive down closing, you know. It could eat this, dump it back down. This could just be a way to entice the longs. Pretty weak close right there on that secondary candle, and then the pump options will probably send it. Oh man, this is weird. I think they're just kind of going after stops now, but what I think doesn't matter. It looks like they're going after stops. Like they're finding liquidity before they run this puppy back to the downside. Seeing how many people they can get out before they run this thing down. 20 seconds on this 1 minute candle. I'd like to see it close red. 15 seconds. Wow, 12 comes strong. 9, 8. Wow, big buys in at the end of the candle. Oh, no. No. Closed top strong. These candles are closing. I mean, that's a bullish engulfer. You can put that one inside that one. Whoa, we're getting close to my stop now. I got to kind of decide what to do. Stay true to my original idea that this is going to be some type of cat ears with a lower high, or are we done? I mean, the curving of the 21, not too bad. A little bit of bull div there. Let's look at my bigger time frame to see if there's anything I can see that I'm not looking at right now. I get rid of everything again. I need to just look clean. You know, the daily is attempting a bit of a bull flag. With a pump back up somewhere to 68 on the bigger time frame. So the daily's looking somewhat bullish to me. But it also has kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder, lower highs, you know, and it could kind of go up and down regardless. Started dumping a little bit again. Still some support there for my trade. Definitely looks like cat ears now. I mean, that's slanted cat ears for like the third time in a row. I don't know what else to say. Pull a stop at 64.3. So look, this looks somewhat bullish. And then you got support of resistance because clearly this area has some, you know, look, you had a lot of resistance right there. You came into play right there. Bounce. You got a bit of a double bottom on the daily too as well. Very strong. 12-hour bouncing. 22. 12-hour and 22 both look interesting. 8-hour with the rejection says you may even come right back down here before you make the bigger pump. 4-hour too. Is it amazing? With this little bit of a, you know, this wick down. Got some supportive resistance, POC, but look, shoulder, head, shoulder. You could come back down here. Might be testing the 4-hour 200. Even the 1 hour kind of struggling a little bit with almost like, look, swing down. Well, that, it almost says bull div, but it's, wow. And then that 1 hour is going to close with a bearish engulfer. In 2 hours, in 2 minutes. So at 11 o'clock, we're going to get a bearish close here on the 1 hour. We are getting held by the 21. Some would say, well, we're going to make this pattern and save the day. We're going to get a bounce of bounces here. Shorts are about to get licked. You know what? It's possible. That's why my stop isn't so deep. You know, and I'm willing to kind of end this trade quicker. Let's see, man. I can't wait to see what happens. Pump it and send it to the moon. Your sell is good, bro. Noble guy. How many people think I win this short? Let's do a poll here. Does Lifer win the short scalp today? Yes or no? Let me know if you think I win the short scalp on this trade today, or if they're going to take me out on the stop hunt. I'm sticking with my short, says Russell Adams. Both right now. Hope it holds. Your sell is good, somebody said. It's a short for now till after FOMC, says Francisco Santos. Kron. They might be stop hunting you just to send it lower. So far, so good. It looks like we're back only down $49 inside the short. You got this, Sammy. Yeah, sorry, I'm bullish this time. It's okay. It's fun for us to be on the different side. What do we? I'm here 2,000 times. You think everyone's always going to be on the same side? I'm always been on my squad, my man. Big pump incoming. You lose. Jason Ellison calls a huge pump coming. You'll win the short. You're getting rejected for the value area high. Nightmare FLA is looking at something he likes. We'll see, though. Sammy is the ultimate scalper. Milligan's Travels. Thank you for saying that. That's very nice of you. Trading compliments are the best. So does Lifer win the short scalp today? Yes or no? 87 votes, 69% say yes, 31% say no. So there's a lot of people, hey. And as it goes up now, we're 68 to 32. It's rejecting off the neck of the daily head and shoulder. Good morning, Sam. Have a great day, brother. God bless you. Fed Day is a dangerous game to play. That's why, look, I'm only risking $200. I'm not trying to be a big shot here or make it look something bigger than it is. It looks like my slanted cat ears are there, though, but I don't want to jinx it anymore. The less I show it, the more it seems to be playing out. So I'm just going to be quiet. Show the win at the end of the stream, Got my money on Sammy. My man Manny Wambo says it's on the way. Sammy Wambo. Sammy Wamby. You saw something. Trust your strategy. You will win in 8 minutes. Interesting. 11:08. I'm rooting for the short. I went short with you, Sammy. Let's go. I'm going your way, brother. Hey, does that mean Florida? We'll see, man. Be careful. Anything could happen here on this low-volume summer July. We love to play the game. I think we do. I think that's what brings us, at the end of the day, all of us like the idea that something bigger could happen. Nasty red candle close at 10 a.m. That is a bearish engulfing candle. Then we had a little bit of a dip. That says the 1 hour is about to come back down to here. 1 hour to 63.8 short. That's a big close for the shorts there. We do have some supportive resistance that we're right on. A point of control right here at 63.9. Good morning, Sam. God bless you, your friends, and your family. I kind of traded you because you said you always get screwed on Fed Day. I love you and take care. You're so funny, man. I never said I get screwed on Fed Day. I've actually never said. I don't know if you're charging me with somebody else. I usually don't trade Fed Day. I never said I don't get screwed on. I just don't usually trade it. I actually made some big gains on Fed Day a couple times. Last few times I traded live, we did pretty well. So, yeah, opposite. But God bless you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love, though. 60,800 to make that right shoulder for inverted head and shoulder, then we fly. Yeah. Barry L. UFC. Thank you, brother. So the 1 hour kind of struggling here, but, attempting to dig deep. And that was just at break even. Now they're attempting to bounce this puppy yet again, but it looks like almost like a right shoulder on the 1 minute. Wow. 1 hour's attempting to dig into a bottom here off of previous resistance as support. Kind of needed for that 1 hour to win here. Unlikely with this bullish engulfer, but we'll see. I don't think I've heard the word in all the years I've been here. He has a very positive vote. Thank you for saying that. God bless you. Yeah, the nomenclature has to be high quality. High quality nomenclature here on the stream. Yeah, we don't want to go into that other. Yeah, no. Oil, nice centered in. I know. Always cheer me up, Sam. Keep up the great work. God bless you, Tom Mills. There was a time where I sat in a room, depressed and couldn't move. Had dreams of being someone amazing with my life and traveling the world, and had no idea how I was going to get there. Knew that was going to happen to me, but just wasn't sure how. And just concentrated on greatness and amazing things. But I was a night shift guy. I didn't have amazing opportunities around me. I realized I was going to have to make those opportunities. They weren't going to come to me. As I got older and older, that window started to get smaller and smaller, and eventually I thought it was gone. I eventually pushed myself to make it happen, and here we are today. So keep pushing yourself. Don't stop. Anything is possible. Always believe this. I like the long. See, I'm not even a short guy, man. I make more money longing. So good at longing. It's weird for me to long. See, now look at a bit of it. That's a beautiful double bottom. Tells me to bail. About to just cut this off with a small loss. 150 would be nil. So it's either right shoulders or we're going to go up on a massive double bottom here. The 1 hour, to me, it kind of, the way the 1 hour looks like we're going to put in a tweezer bottom. And we're pumping a 64.4. I'm going to miss out on my favorite signal. Got to be disciplined in this game. Or do they right shoulder this? And do I get the last laugh with the final win here? This is it. I mean, in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to know if I'm right. Yeah. It's not an attack. I learned a lot from you. No, I didn't think you were attacking me, man. No one attacks me. God bless you, bro. If you think that was an attack, I don't know what to say. God bless you, though. Yeah. I was just saying, I don't remember saying that I always get that word that you said on Fed Day. Yeah. Don't leave me, Stas. Are you in the short, too? Can you explain more about thinking the windows was getting smaller? Thank you, Sam. Yeah, I mean, I was older. I wanted to become an amazing person, and I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to use my voice to spread light, love, and positivity and to do cool things with my life. I knew that's who I was destined to become, and I could see that I was working a night shift for other people. I was slowly dwindling away in the background. And I wasn't going to become that person I wanted to become. I mean, I was going to be 40, 50, 60 years old, and then what? Time was flying by. I thought a lot of the things that I was looking for were going to happen to me way before they did. That looks like the right shoulder is coming for us. Look how long I've been in the trade. Look at all the ups and downs this trade has given. If you're emotional, look how you will not handle trading. It's a great example of my show. We show you how, you got to remain calm. You got to chill. If this ends up ripping down and I get my gains, imagine that. Imagine that. Pretty awesome, won't it? Anything is possible, folks. I thought of a cool idea. You could hold option down and then drag 50% right out to here. Or you could just click 2 and click 1 out and then just change 50 and that would change to 50. Or if this changed to 60, I bet you can do it on the other end, but it just be And you can put multiple take profits. Sam, thanks for everything you do for me and the family. You're an awesome person. God bless Bitcoin 2 to 1. Thank you. Everything you do for yourself and your family, man. You're the one waking up every day watching the show. You're the one putting the effort. I'm just running my mouth every day. May God bless you and yours. And shout out to everybody that uses my week's link. You guys are blessed and amazing. Thank you so much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me. And if you want to jump on in and trade right now where I'm trading live, you can hit the week's link right here to trade live on weeks. We make it very simple. Hit the pinned comment to jump on in. And it is pinned just because if I can't, I put out a poll today asking if I'm going to win the trade. 165 votes, 66% say yes, 34% say no. So we'll see what happens. There's people on both sides of the board. That lower high doesn't look amazing. Kind of looks head and shouldery now. But it's been back and forth all morning, and it's looked like I was going to win and lose 5 times now. I really just have to let it play out and do its thing with the lower high on that, right? We'll see. And they can get me any second. Wing, wing. Call it a day. Bing, bong, We'll see. Someone's like, what did you just do? Bing, bong. Same cycle, keep repeating. People don't learn. Always be pumping a midterm election in July and give it all back in August and September. August and September are always some of the nastiest months to trade. I've been devastated by August and September before. I remember 2019. I don't know if that was the year, we had a beautiful pump in June, May, June, July, into July. And by August and September, by 2 weeks into August, we gave everything back. That took I believe May and June. You know what I'm saying? We lost everything. It was devastatingly ridiculous. You succeeded in doing what you desire. I wouldn't say running your mouth. You're spreading love, light, and positivity, changing your lives, man. Much love more than running your mouth. No, I know. What I'm saying is you did most of the work. God bless you. And I shouldn't downplay what I do. Thank you. No, I wake up every single day, put in the work, and use my voice for light, love, and positivity, and for teaching and education. Something that I mastered, I want to help other people master. That's it. I'm good at one thing, TA. I put so much time, 20 years into it. I stopped doing anything else in my life. I'm not really good at anything else. I can mow the lawn. I can use a couple tools. I'm handy enough to hurt myself. At this point, I used to be a lot handier, but it is what it is. I've given up a lot of things for a lot of other things. All right. Yeah, that other stuff about, dude, I'm happy to hear all that. Dude was a horrible person. Well, let's keep it out of the stream for now. I don't want to dirty our waters, right? But the dude was, we all know he was horrible. Yeah. So look, I mean, the lower high here, and it's starting to kind of just, you got to see it. And there's the 21 below the 200. They're toying with us for sure, though. They're bouncing this thing around, and it's back and forth for BTC. 1 hour, if the 1 hour can close a green candle, we have ourselves a chance of a reversal back to the upside off of previous resistance as support. Something I definitely like to long a lot. Kind of goes around with the narrative that I'm not going to win this trade. Somewhat of an Adam and Eve now, too. You see how it's fighting off the bears. Kevin Warsh, it's baked in that Kevin Warsh is not going to raise the rates. We all know that. Like, there's no, we're not going to sit here and act like there's going to be a rate. I mean, not raise, keep the rates the same. He's not going to lower, he's not going to raise. Wow, there's a 33% chance that he raises the rates. It's kind of crazy. 66% chance that he doesn't. Watch him raise the rates. That would be crazy. I think the shorts would go nuts for BTC, right? I think there's about 100% chance he keeps the rates the same, but wow. Speculation out here that there's a 66% chance that usually it's like 99, and we're pretty locked in the day of the Fed decision. So that comes in at 2 p.m. today. All right, they're going to tell us what the Fed funding rate is. Likely to stay at 3.75 as forecast and previous. Then there's the statement in the conference at 2:30 to about 3:30, 3:45, something like that. And we go from there. Tomorrow, do we have any of the data coming our way? Core PCE, advanced GDP and unemployment claims, personal income and personal spending at 8:30. That's going to move the needle. They're going to be looking very closely at those unemployment claims. We want them low. They're presumed to be higher than previous. But we've been doing well, so I think they're going to come in at like 179, but we'll see what happens. If they come in a little hot, that might kind of give us a breath for a possible, rate cut. We need that. We need them to say that we need more money injected into the economy to get more jobs cooking. Lately, that just hasn't been the narrative, so there's no reason to cut the rates. It's just not happening. So what we have is tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning, we're going to be looking at some serious data. And then we have a monthly close. Okay, so that's also coming. A lot coming our way. Shout out to everyone that hung out this summer and stuck through trading no matter what. One of the hardest times to trade is the summer, folks. I've made it through many, many trading summers. Soon it will be over and we'll look back on it. And I've learned a lot this summer too, though. I've learned a lot about trading. Somehow, some way, there's still more to learn. I'm fascinated by trading because I give it a lot of hours a day, and I still learn something every day, and I find a new way. And I know my biggest trade is still yet to come for me. My biggest win is still there. Your biggest win, I believe, is still yet to come for you. We're just getting started in this journey, folks. This is just the beginning of our journey. This Crypto Lifer show is a mere 5 years old. That's nothing. We're just building our presence online. We're going to really start rocking and rolling this year into 20. And by 2030, the whole world's going to know our name. That's the goal. A 5-year plan to keep kicking butt and ripping it. We can do it. If anyone could do it, the Crypto Lifer crew could do it. I can get the most motivated people to work with me because I'm one of the most, you know what I mean? And we show up. Motivation isn't everything. You got to show up. People think that motivation will get you through it all. It won't. Some days you're going to wake up with no motivation at all. But as long as you have the wheels in place, I got the studio set up with the camera, the lights, and the mic. I walk into the room. It says, it's time. It's time to work, Sam. Let's go. And I'm like, again, 2,000 days. Can I get a day off, baby? And my mind says no. And I say, but why? Why are you relentless? And I say, because today is just like yesterday, bro. And you built this by doing this day by day. So why would you stop doing what you've done? See, I don't really understand success perfectly. I researched it with Jim Rohn. He told me what to do. I did those things. I became successful. Now I'm stuck. And I'm like, I'm not stuck. I don't want to say that. But now I'm like, I get it. So now I just got to keep doing what I used to do to remain successful, you see? I think that's the goal. So if I change or tweak anything, I'm worried like the recipe will be different. Like I know the formula right now for success. I'm using it every day. If I take a day off, what will happen? Will I start taking one day off a week? Will I become known as the guy? When I take 3, will I start mailing it in? What will happen? Will I miss some of the biggest moves in Bitcoin on those days and regret it? And then will they get in my head? And then will I start? Who knows what can happen? I don't want to go there. I want to show up every day and not have to think about it. See? All those questions and all those other things that would happen if I started taking days off. And I learned my mind's not poised for that. My mind really needs to keep locomotive and just keep running. That way it doesn't have time to sit and play games with itself and double question things and ask 5 questions about the same answer. So I keep moving every single day because that's how I find to be success. That's how I found success. It works for me. It doesn't work for everybody else. Some other people say that's insane. They look at my life and they say, how could you do that? That's okay. I guess God has a plan for everybody and everyone has a vision and a way of life. And I found mine. And I'd rather, work my butt off at home, trade my butt off every day and have fun with a bunch of traders online than do anything else with my life, man. So, and be with my kids, my family and my wife. Which I get to do. Like, this has been a great vacation. I got here in May. I'm leaving in 2 days. I can't believe it. I'm in a state of shock right now. How do I have 2 nights left to sleep on this beautiful island before I'm gone, man? And the weather was gorgeous every day. Today is 70 and light rain, right? Wow, COO dies suddenly after taking over a $3 billion company. It seems a bit, who knows, but... Previous resistance, and again, there's all this. It's all the news is all about despair and it's horrible. So I mean, still kind of cattier. Still, we're in some serious. This is pre-Fed chop now, and I wouldn't be surprised if it extends for the next couple of hours of just 1 minute sideways behavior here. It's almost torturous. It almost feels good to just get out and call it a day. Take a $60 loss feels like a win and forget about it. Watch it dump. Watch it pump. Who cares? You ever get, you get to the point where you're just like kind of done. I think that's their plan too, though, to, or not the plan, but just what price action does to the human mind, even if there was no one behind it. The back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth. The kind of, you got to be, this too shall end, right? Or even this trade will end one day, right? And you got to stay in that moment in your mind. This too shall end. And I can't be vexed by anything. There's these, it looks like they're going to dump it every 5 seconds. And then I'm like, don't do it to me now. So let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame, see what's happening. Audiera did go to 386, up 47% on the week. We did have a call on that. We had a call on KAITO. KAITO up kind of nice too as well. We'll see what happens there, 11%. And I've always liked KAITO. One of my better picks in the market. We traded it on and off. Had a nice run when we first found it. Let's take a look at KAITO and see what's happening to KAITO. So it's been on a massive tear. So I just said, okay, we'll watch it. Daily's a little far from the 21 was the last thing I was looking at, right? So I'm looking for like bigger consolidation, which is smart, but it looks like there's some moves inside here. It may rip, but I may just let it sail. The daily's just a little too high. What happens to me is I used to chase 4 hours when the daily was high. And then you just get real picky with like the best. You're like, I just want to trade the best. You're like, I could, like, here's the deal. When the 4 hour and the daily are both low, the odds of winning that trade are so high. When the 4 hour is getting low, but the daily stays high, puts a little pressure on that 4 hour. They may not do exactly what we're looking for. I feel like they finally kind of fulfilled this trade as an Adam and Eve double top. And we're finally going to get our move. I mean, this is one of those days where it takes forever. They make you question your position so many times. I'll earn the if I make $500, it's gonna feel like $5,000. And you know what? It's gonna feel good. We flipped the trade green finally again. Wow. Only $1 though. These are the days I love showing these types of trades. It's cool just to get in and get out and watch how simple it can be. I think it's a lot cooler to show the battle and the mental ups and downs we go through as traders. Broke the neckline now of the Adam and Eve double top there on the small side. Descending triangle broke the neckline. That should just start to drop to my green area now. Just what I'm expecting. I mean, we put in the work. Send it, baby, send it. And then what we're going to do is start to move that. We get to this green area, the stop loss moves to break even. Soon as we get to the green circle there. Live trading with Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Welcome here live on Weeks. The We Exchange. It's ours, baby. Together, we do it here. Every single day, live on the channel. Shout out to Andy at Weeks. Shout out to the whole crew. The team at Weeks has been great to me. Good people, man. Look forward to many more adventures with Weeks as we travel into 2026 and 2027. I'll be in Las Vegas in a couple weeks, August 24th or something like that. Just a couple days, though, in and out. Hanging out with Brad Leia. Guy's a cool dude. Can't wait to see his studio, see what's happening there, do some behind-the-scenes shooting. It'll be fun. A battle now. So we got the dump, and now look at this. I mean, this is nuts. How long some trades could take. Even on the small, you could be trading the 1 minute. It takes 2 hours. And takes everything out of you to get that trade done, I made $40, 20, after I pay, I broke even after that, I just let it chill. I don't want to even look at it. Show you guys the wins at the end, like I was saying. So KAITO looks good, but I feel like it's a little extended on the daily. Time to get in was back there at 47. It needs a little bit of a reset here. Maybe it continues to pump to 2 and we miss it. I just feel like getting there on the high is a little much. All right. A little much. 1 hour time frame now looks like it's going to close a bearish candle here at about 12 o'clock. And not be able to regroup just yet. Maybe come right back down. To me, it looks like it's going to go shoulder, head, right shoulder, then possibly go lower. See if we bearishly retest 64,000 now, or if this is just a dip back to the upside. We want to see if we kind of retest this area and dip back, or if we're going to kind of hang out. 63,933 for Bitcoin. So there we have it. You can kind of get a gist of what's happening here for Bitcoin and see kind of we are struggling. And Fed Day usually presents a lot of insanity. Could be some money. People like to trade it for the volatility, but it also takes a lot of people's money. A lot of people will lose a lot of money. A lot of people will get liquidated today on light volume. So be careful. Don't be so quick to jump on in. Do whatever you want. I'm not a financial advisor, but I wouldn't be so quick to jump on in to a trade on Fed Day. I'd be chill about it. And it looks like we could bounce right back. I mean, look at that. We finally got a dip, bounce right back. I think that's my calling, just to kind of call this a day. I'm getting they're getting towards the end of my attention span on a small time frame. I don't know if they have like an adjustment meter or some type of AI that can find out when I'm done, but they're cooking my brain here. And maybe I'm like, it's just one of those mornings sometimes where you're just you don't have the patience for the trading. But it is, and normally I do. Yeah, crypto faces a risk-off tone as the Middle East escalation drives oil higher, reignites inflation fears ahead of today's FOMC decision. Regulatory setbacks and fresh ETF outflows add pressure. Though Bitcoin is still holding 64,000 support for now, traders are cautious with high risks and live and geopolitics dominating the tape. Geopolitics dominating the tape. A lot is happening. All right. Dude, 35% hike odds? That's kind of strange. You know what I mean? Like, where does that come from? So, I mean, I'm staying in the short. What are you guys doing? But it's a battle, right? So, my idea was this. If I open the short and I stay short, we get the money, call it a day trade, move on, right? It's a great day. I don't trade Fed day. I wait for that to blow over, and then I trade the later on session, like 7 p.m. tonight. A lot of times I like after Fed. It clears the liquidity. You can get a little hint on direction, give you a bit of an edge. If you're the ones that get liquidated, there's no edge, right? They wipe all those people out. They walk home with their tail between their legs. But if you're paying attention, and you don't trade it, and you let the market come to you, you see where the liquidity kind of ended up falling at the end of Fed day. Man, there's some good opportunity there. I started learning that too, to be patient and let the information send it my way, right? That's important. We went over the top 5 things the last couple days. And, one of the main things was, when knowing not to trade. I reiterate this again, like, it'll make you so much money not over trading. I'm cautiously optimistic with Kevin Warsh, but it doesn't mean that every day he gets up there, he's cutting. And so far you've seen he's been, he hasn't been the puppet that everyone thought he was going to be so far. It doesn't, and he can't, because if he goes too hard now, he'll have nothing to lay on back when we're in serious trouble. And then people will say, well, why would you cut it? The whole thing that he's in, the whole way the Fed moves the interest rate isn't really natural. And over time, it's shown, they make it look good in a 10-year period, 20-year period, but it's not. It's a problem. It's a problem, The reason why it's a problem, because it doesn't solve the overall idea of inflation, right? And the overall idea that the government continues to vote for deficit spending. They've never addressed that. Political unrest, so many other things involve the Fed. And then the Fed tries to act like it can act independent and do its own thing. And, we can definitely do this. You can't definitely do anything if the whole entire world is, And it puts more and more pressure on the Fed the more inflation we get, because it gets harder to get out of the same bottle. Am I wrong here? Like, inflation is more difficult each time we make it harder to get out of it. Like, we make more and more, it's a deeper hole. It's like you got to dig more dirt, or you're lower in the ground. You got to move the dirt higher to get out. There's really no way out. And people think there is. It's kind of an interesting concept when you think about it. And if that's why I've never had faith that I do believe we need to abolish the Federal Reserve. As much as I love Kevin and all that, and I don't want chaos, and everyone says this is the system we have, we need to abide by it. I don't know. I'm a little, I don't see it working as well as it should have, or as the way it's been, I think the free market will decide what borrowing money should be, and I think that's something that can be determined without a federal government, or a federal oversight. It's not even Fed, it's a private group of people, the Federal Reserve. They call it the Federal Reserve, just like they call it federal, FedEx, Federal Express. There's nothing federal about Federal Express. It doesn't, No one ever thinks about that. Federal Reserve, Federal Express, the Federal, Federal Boating Club, the Federal, you know what I mean? The Federal Motorcycle Gang. Like, it's like, bro, you can use that word in many ways, and people assume it's government work, Oh, it's the Federal Reserve. It's a government entity. But what if it wasn't? What if that wasn't the case? What if is going to blow up on Robinhood chain? It's very tight still inside this tight channel. It's had a chance to dump many times. The only dump got bought up in a wick, and it's very tight. Wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes on the pump. When you're kind of looking to see what, we got to get rid of the rate kite tomorrow, the rate hike. We got to find out what happens tomorrow with, the unemployment. And once all that kind of clears the air, maybe by Friday, Saturday night, this thing might start to pump. Memes like Saturdays, man. It's kind of a fun day. People get loose. They say, oh, you know what? I'm going to trade that meme I've always been thinking about on this Saturday now, They do things they normally may not do. So, Saturday trading, and honestly, Bitcoin's been interesting. Last couple of Saturdays have been some gains. Am I wrong? I made some gains on Saturday. Have you made some? I mean, it's this Saturday you made $2,000. So, what if, man, out here, and I don't own any. I don't do, I'm not doing this for the community. I'm not like a cheerleader. I just know when something's interesting in the market, and I go over coins all the time. This is a meme, but just because something's a meme doesn't, I don't, some people like me of my caliber, they say, oh, he's into coins and stocks, got into Bitcoin early, he would never touch a meme. I speculate. I got into Bitcoin early because I was speculating that the type of money we had wasn't real. And I'm speculating right now that this is the meme of memes, man. It's got a little something different to it. It's got a lot of influencers kind of ganging up together to move it and talk about it. This thing could do some numbers, man. And look, the 21's above the 200 on the 4-hour time frame. It's showing the sauce. So it's even passing the technical, it's passing the TA test so far. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting, you do whatever. Maybe it dumps in 2 seconds, it turns to zero. It probably could. It's very high risk. The TA looks good right now. Everything else, who knows? But the TA looks good. Sean, thank you so much for the confirmations there of the audio and the video. My team saying, no, don't you worry, Sammy. We got you, baby. Don't you stress that. We got it. Still in the short, which is kind of crazy. And we're just kind of like hanging out here, waiting for, we're making lower highs. All morning, we've been making lower highs with the 21 below the 200. Not the strongest bull dip just yet. Can you send me on my way with a bit of gains? $64,000 is fighting so hard right now. Let's take a look at Ethereum and ETH BTC. I tell you, I've been watching these very closely the last few weeks. This is an important time to pay attention to these scenarios here. So Ethereum. Bitcoin takes a dump, doesn't make it. It goes shoulder, head right shoulder, and flushes all those longs that thought they had it. Starts to bounce and get tight, we long. So I believe if it bounces and get tight, we long Ethereum somewhere around 1900, 1880. Sorry. The lowest 1910, somewhere between 1910 and 1930. I know that's a broad range, but I'm looking for the bigger move to the daily 200, like somewhere here. Boom, and then we get rejected, we take our money. 2040, and then we figure this will come down, and then we get the next one, and then we trade that on the 4-hour when we're getting above it, and we... Makes sense, right? Trades down $20. Trades down $4. Trades down $3. Trades up $1. Can you believe it? I love this. This really shows the life of a 2 hours in a trader. You've been in a trade for 2 hours that have gone all over the place. You keep checking it. You check it. Have a book to read, Go rake the leaves. And take the dog for a walk. Have it on your phone. You got to have something to do as a trader sometimes. You can't just, you know what I mean? That's why it's good to work out. Good to have a lifestyle. Everyone thinks traders sit there all day. We do. We analyze for the next day. We get things ready. But I have a system and a plan. Like I get up at 6, 7 in the morning. Somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30, I'm up every day. Last 2 days, I've been up at 6 a.m. Just kind of, for whatever reason, had great night sleeps. Just the deepest sleeps of my life. I've been dreaming. It's been amazing. I always have a good night's sleep, but the last 2 nights have been restorative. Extremely restorative. Like, just, I could feel my mind and my body healing itself. You know, in deep sleep, you heal the nervous system. You know that, right? It's weird. Like, you heal the brain. It's so crazy. We're constantly under pressure from free radicals and so many different things, heavy metals, and getting your rest is like part of the best part of it all. When you're not resting properly and you keep yourself in, it could turn into, like, I know it's, people can get, I don't want to say it, but it can become the demise. Like, it can become the beginning of where people, they don't rest, they start doing this, they do that. Next thing you know, lack of thought. I mean, bad decision making, and things just get out of whack. Worst systems, you got to really stay on the system. That's why I tell everyone, if you're depressed and you feel like you can't move, you're quote unquote stuck in life, you just got to start working out. Endorphins will get created in the brain. You have one idea that'll make you feel good. I started working out, and then one day I was like, maybe I could have a YouTube channel. And instead of that idea like it normally used to go in my head, and I'm like, nah, that's never going to happen, bro. Forget about it. Because I was sluggish, and I had just worked out. And I had adrenaline in my mind. And I had filled my brain with an actual chemical. When you work out, you create adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? You create endorphins. Those endorphins make you feel good. Pre-workout endorphins are like, whoa. It's like a drug, man. And then you get addicted to those pre-workout, or post-workout endorphins, I mean. There's even a pre-workout, some days I wake up, I really don't want to work out. I feel great. My stomach's out. I'm like, I'll put on the workout video, start working out. Now, since I've been injured, I haven't been able to do that the same way, but I'm back pretty strong. And I've been already kind of getting myself mentally ready. I'm hitting the gym right near my house. When I go, I have a little gym in my gated community, right? Like, literally, I have a beautiful gym that nobody barely uses right next to my house. I'm 1.5 minute walk from my house. There's no reason I can't be there 4 or 5 times a week. I don't even have to buy the weights. It's all there for me. An entire weight set, machines, the whole thing. I have no excuses. I'm telling you guys this, so I have no excuses. Go get it done, Sam. It's over. My foot got hurt in January. It's been February, March, April, May, June, July is ending. 6 months now. Or February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah. I've had 6 months to recover from, and I had surgery the second week in February. So I've had about almost 6 months. August, I have a handicap pass in my car that expires on the 26th of August. I hope I don't need it again until, maybe I never do. Right? I'll always see them and remember, back in the day when I had my handicap pass. It came in handy. There was a lot of times where parking was tight here on the vineyard and I had a handicap pass. So, I'm looking, this is an aggressive entry for ETH right now with a stop below here. We could wait a little longer, but if Bitcoin can fight off these bears, man, there is a chance. There is a chance. It seems like we're getting a bounce back up again. I think I've had enough of it. By this time, I've won my trade by now. It's telling me that it's just like, it's a sign that like enough is enough. Keeps breaking the trend too. Look, that one's gone now. But they keep doing that and then ripping it. They keep doing this and dipping it. Every pump is a dump. Every dump is a pump. Look, there's a dump right back down again. This is ridiculously funny. You can only laugh at it. You can't get frustrated. You have to breathe in, breathe out, and let it pass. If you let this stuff get to you, you're going to get wrecked. They're going to do exactly what they plan to do to you. All right. Shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. And it's raining, it seems to be, in almost most parts of the country, from Florida all the way up to the East Coast. A lot of rain. Let's take a look at ETH BTC. I want to see how Ethereum is holding up against Bitcoin. To me, that's a big deal because it tells me a bit of a story, right? Look at it. I mean, it's doing what we want it to do. I've been bullish on ETH Bitcoin here and talking about how this higher low is interesting, and I see it breaking out. See this massive double bottom here that it's formed for a long period of time, and it's, you know, it's holding these levels. I like that. I like it. I like it. Fine. The weekly looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing here on the weekly as well. A little bit of a dip. That's okay. A little bit of sideways price action. We have a little bit of a pullback. We find our way, and then boom. And it just says when Bitcoin starts to rip, when the bear market's over, ETH Bitcoin will start to go crazy. And we will head to that key area, right? Yeah, the Fed is expected to hold rates steady in Kevin Warsh's second meeting as the chair, while Bitcoin remains stuck around 64,000. SoFi crypto revenue grows 10% to 134 million in quarter two. I think that's worth paying attention to, don't you? You know, that continues. Our sector is growing, folks, right? Americans who lost money in crypto bankruptcy get a second chance more than 2 years after 5.5 billion bankruptcy creditors finally have a public market exit. That might be, I don't know if that's IOND, a Bitcoin miner, Ionic. Yeah. A bunch of different interesting things happening in the market today. The Genius Act compliant USAT. So this is an interesting idea here, too, that we've talked about. So Tether's Genius Act compliant USAT launches on Celo in the first expansion beyond Ethereum. Tether's Genius Act compliant stablecoin, USAT, has launched on Celo, marking its second mainnet development after Ethereum. Issued by Anchorage Digital Bank, USAT supports native minting and burning on Celo and can be used directly to pay gas fees. Launched in January, USAT currently has a market capitalization of approximately 185 million. Very small. It's interesting, like, so Tether's not good enough? It's kind of weird. Like, they made Tether, but now they have to make something better because it's not compliant enough for the Genius Act. Doesn't cover enough bases, doesn't follow you enough, doesn't track you enough, doesn't hold you down enough. You know what I mean? All right. This will track zero. Oh, yeah, funny. Nah, that's not true, man. My thing got so many. Wow, what if is trending right there right now? Look at that. I don't know if I got it trending or it's trending. He's trending with Fauci. And that ain't, what he's trending for is not good. You don't want to be trending for what he's trending with. You know, talks about midnight. I've been looking at Lit. Solana looks interesting. Let's take a look at midnight for a second here. Wow, Bitcoin dumping. This is insane. It's not insane, I guess. It's just another day. It's a pre-Fed day trading. It is what it is. I'm up $7 again. I mean, this is the type of day it's been. They pumped it all the way up there, dumped it all the way back down, ripped it and pipped it. Oh man. We're making lower highs along this entire corridor, so it's telling me to just keep the faith. I'm going to let it go, walk away, turn off these bright lights in my face, and come back to see whether I won or lost. You know, no harm, no foul there when it comes to that trade. Follow me on CryptoLifer.com. Jump on in. You can read about me, see the tools we use, affiliate with our links, and you can also go and jump into our trading group. This links to, back to my Discord, and you can sign in today. So look at this 1 hour, still kind of struggling. To me, I don't know. It's pretty weak. I guess you could say it's going to hold this trend line and get a bounce. Possibly. Or did it lose the trend line already? Is it on its way further down? I see this shoulder, head, right shoulder. We'll see. It's pretty sketchy. Let's see what happens. I would almost just wait for the Fed to come out, wait for what he says, wait for people to react to him, and then just go from there. To me, that's the plan. Right. Still struggling in the exact same trade we've been in. We're up $33. We've been showing the trade the entire time. It does look like a descending triangle. The more just keeps looking more and more descending as we keep descending lower, right? Lower highs and trying these double bottoms, but and the 21 was below the 200. That's why I picked it. You flip it upside down. I mean, we long this a lot. Might have to come back down one more time, get tight, and then the bigger breakout. I have seen that. I'm not going to say I haven't, so sorry. So what I see happening here is possible, you know, just some tightness. Either we dump or we go tight and then dump, but I feel like the dump is just more likely than not. And you can make this super big, so I'm like in some little zone here. Make the plus sign. And this is trading on weeks. You have access to everything you have on TradingView. It's really nice. You even have to pay for this VRVP on TradingView, but here on weeks, you get it right now. Dude, there we go. Look at this. You see the head and shoulder pattern? Shoulder, head, right shoulder, baby. Send it down now. And now we're starting, you know what I mean? Now we can kind of start to talk about that break-even level. Want to move that stop loss. I'm all about positioning. I'm addicted to positioning. I get so excited when I get to put my stop loss at break even. Around 63.7, and then we get to the, you know. At that area, that stop is getting shaved down. You know. Take it forever, baby. Forever, forever, ever, forever never seems too long until you're grown. Let's see what can happen here for BTC. Lower highs, lower lows. Do we dig in a double bottom, or does this really just start to send? Keep fighting us every time, trying to hold that $64,000 level, that juicy level of volatility. I'm still short, looking for more of a day's pay here. We're already up about 400 today. Made 5, gave back, or made 450, gave back 120. So I guess we're up 300, sorry. A little bit of fees, maybe 280. I didn't look at it exactly. Wow, and so let's take a look back at Bookmap and see where the liquidity lies. You can see the 1 hour dipping now stronger. Trade playing out. That dip is really starting to fall down now. Come on, baby. We were here before. We made it to this point before. Can you believe it? It was at 11. It was at 11:20. It was like 30 minutes ago. And we've been through the ringer ever since. Can we just get here to break even? We can move on. Have a nice little party for ourselves over here. Get this done. Wow, here's the bum. Yeah, this is that. Too many people are weak. I guess they're just playing with the game to find out how many people they can get to trade it. I don't know. It's almost like they don't have enough people, so they got to play around with it. Yeah. Man, what a battle. Boring today, huh? I mean, just watching it go sideways. We know we're going to wait for price. I mean, this is what happens on Fed Day. Very similar. And it's not boring, I guess. The volatility is still fun to me. Still suggests more short squeezes coming back to 66.5. Look at this. So you're planning on shorting. It doesn't look amazing. I was trying to get in and get out. Like this basically was supposed to happen really fast. I was supposed to get out. Move my stop to break even and call it a day. About to move my stop to break even and call it a day. I'm about to, or just at least shave risk now. I can only lose 111. Like, I'm just really like, come on now. I almost want to put my stop right there. Risk $40 at this point. Wow. Show me something I haven't seen before. Hey. Take me someplace I've never been. So I want to go to the kitchen. Hey. Again. 63,970. We're just attempting to hold this. I mean, we've been at this level even a couple days ago, just sitting here. Wow. Let's take a look at lit while we're waiting. Had some potential the last couple of weeks. Let's see if there is something more coming for it. I like this flag. We were looking at it yesterday. You know, it has that vibe. That cup and handle vibe, like it could do some numbers. Target's 458. It looks like something like this to the upside. 22, 12 hour. I mean, you're getting very tight right there. It might make a right shoulder. It could lose the level, but there's a chance. I mean, lid is looking interesting on the bigger time frame. I like the 4 hour, how it's curving up. It's very tight. Could make this right shoulder and dump. Be careful. I'm not like... But, man, it's starting to set up a possible bounce off that 21. See how it's coming back to the 200 here on the 1 hour time frame, too? Kind of extended. What I would want to see is I'd want to see it bounce and go sideways a bit here. Bitcoin stuck at like literally 63,980. It like won't move. They've like pinned the price action now at this point. We're getting nothing. Seriously, like it's sideways. Look at this. It's been 69. It's been 63,980. Oh, 990. Go back to 980. Go back to 980. You know. Yep, there it goes. I call it Sid's way, Flatoshi, Flat Toshi. You're still making lower highs. Look, you got wicked off the 21 yet again. But then you try to dig in for a double bottom. This whole thing is bigger chop. This is all big chop. This is small chop. It's Chop City, baby. Rack City, Rack City. Remember Rack City? Yeah. No. Not goo. No go. 64,000 here for Bitcoin. And I don't know how many times I can say the same price over and over again. Bitcoin, do something. Do something, Bitcoin. Bounce, baby, bounce. Let me jump into the chat and see what the chat's doing before I forget, and see what's up with the fan funding. All right. Marcus sent 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. We have Nil by Crypto Crick. We have Espresso. Let's take a look at this. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at Nil and Espresso. And Nil is like, you know, I think of nihilist for whatever reason. We think of nothing Lebowski. We're nihilists. We think of Nil token, you know. Well, last time I looked at it, I was saying, hey, look for it to come back down to the 786. Wow, this thing took a massive dump. A massive dump. So it got very oversold all the way back to the ground. I think it's experimental. It's new. And to me, that tells me I don't know if that's the one I want to be jumping on in. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially at the bottom. Nice little pump, though, to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. I mean, the 5-minute has a bit of the model. You're above the 200. Maybe there's a chance you get some pump here on the 5, like you flagged this out. $21 comes into contact, and we get a nice move here to the upside. I mean, think this is possible. I just think it's high risk, a really small coin way at the bottom. If you want to scalp it on the 5-minute, so be it. 1 hour time frame, it has a bullish engulfer. I think you're saying this is the bottom. It's going to start pumping up. I mean, it is above the 21. Look for that 5-minute to flag, and you will get the 1 hour at least to the 200. Then you'll probably have some rejection up and down. Then you get above the 200 on the 1 hour. Then you can start talking about a real move like this. Back, you know, somewhere back to this first resistance level at about 0.4. Let's take a look at ESP Espresso on the pipeline here. Same thing with Espresso. We were talking about it reversing somewhere back to the 786. It did not do that. It kept going down. So these were either protocols or new coins, something that people sold off. They were highly, highly speculative. So they had no faith. You know, things that hit the 618 are like Bitcoin, the S&P, things that allow are long term. But if something is fly by night and just turns into a ruggery, I mean, you're not going to get no 618, right? Same thing with this. I mean, possible Adam and Eve bounce. Possible 5-minute break back above the 200. Possible Adam and Eve here. You see it. Get back above the 200 moving average. Let the 21 come into play. Use that as, you know what I mean? Use this as support right down there when you're above the 200. Looks okay. I don't know. They both look just rocked. Like they were some type of experiments that got sent to the doghouse. I don't know. I have no idea, so I'm not going to speak on it. They don't look good at me. I don't know anything. Yeah, so then one of the nicest charts in the game is if, man. It looks really good. A meme. A meme looks good. Is amazing, right? You said asteroid? Dump there for Bitcoin. We're still in the green on this. It's taken all day to make us $60, and we're after using $2,000 at 30 at heavy levy. Wow, finally up $80. We'll see. Nowhere near my stop loss to break even, but I mean, I'm about to do it anyway, considering the way we've had this edge today. But I saw slanted cat ears and descending triangles, and I've been long almost every other day for a while now, right? I haven't shorted the market on the live stream in a I don't know. I feel like it's been a week or something. Maybe I'm wrong. I do so much trading. I wouldn't be able to like pickpocket exactly what I did every day. It becomes a blur when you do it as much as I do, but you know, Marcus from downtown, my man. I know, right? Shout out to Justin Crypto OG, Asteroid on Robinhood blowing up. I tried to look it, I couldn't find it there. I typed in asteroid. I've heard about it. It's been out for about a month now. I know what coin you're talking about. It's weird how I can't seem to, you know. Can you watch Dog Runes? I follow you. Can you watch Dog Runes? I follow you a year. Keep going. Runes? You want me to take a look at runes? A long time we haven't looked at that coin. That's an OG coin that really nobody talks about ever again, you know. I think it has a different ticker. Let me see. I remember the ticker something different. I'll get it. It's one of those where like the ticker and the name are way different, right? Is this RuneBase? Runes? Why do I remember runes? Like I feel like it was a coin from back in the day. It's weird. Again, is this another Robinhood meme or something? I don't know. RunBase? I don't know what this is, man. You might be onto something. Is this what you're looking at? I don't know. Are you one of these people? Rohami? Is there any Rohami here? Rohamante? Roy Hamante. Yeah. 63,920 for Bitcoin. Really just like barely giving us an edge here on that short. Very tough trading today. Wow, we had a nice little dip down to 861 though. Put us barely in the green. Must have capped 100. Wow, what a day it is, huh? Back and forth trading. You can tell this is kind of telling you maybe take a break, take it easy. You know, BDC dropping, soul dropping. Yeah, are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation and hit that like button. Let us know. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. So Nil and ESP, thank you so much, my man. Cryptic Rick, always kind of looking for coins. They didn't look good to me. I don't know if you see something I'm not seeing or you trade a certain way that I don't trade. Yeah. Someone said trade dog on runes. Oh yeah, dog. Runes was the chain on Bitcoin. Yeah. I was trying to remember all this stuff. It's funny. That's how demolished it got. I don't even remember it anymore, you know. Everyone said this was the one. It was going to go to the moon. I laughed my butt off. I never touched any of this stuff. It all went to zero. There were some big pumps, though, if you had sold them. Did a nice run up there. 002 all the way to 009, almost a 4.5, 5x, you know, and then it just fell off the face of the earth. I wouldn't touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, I don't know if it ever comes back. Oh, yeah, people say COTI's on a run today. Let's take a look at COTI. I mean, off the bottom, like off the absolute bottoms. Weekly is running up. I mean, yeah, it went from 0.6. Wow, it did a 3x out of nowhere. I like this coin. People said it was like involved with Israeli military or something. I could be wrong. I always remember hearing that. You can type in Israel and COTI or connection. A lot of coders out there in Israel. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. I just remember this. You know, look, and there's my model, the 21 above the 200. And there's your pump. Like, it's so crazy how, look, I didn't know about the pump. I didn't put it out. I'm not taking any recognition for it. All I'm saying is, if you study the stuff that I teach you, it'll help you make some of the greatest entries in the world, man. Yeah. I may send a pic of the super chat. Sam would be obliged to check it out then. Yeah. Trade on weeks, Fed listening. I know, right? Looks like this could continue up to about, I don't know, 2 cents. Before it starts to slow down, you're obviously going to be looking at, look at the 5 was above the 200. There was your entry. You flag things out. Wait for the 21 to get tight. Yeah, Rune was Thor. You're right. Yeah, Rune was Thor. Fetch is an oldie but goodie. I still own my Fetch. We'll see what happens with it. Sad to see where that is all the way back down again, though, too. I mean, these coins are, wow. And even in the last couple of days, this thing took another dump. These are the lowest they've ever been. AI coins are getting sold off like you read about. This is supposed to be like super intelligence compute, you know what I mean? AG, it's like, what? I still hold this to believe that maybe AI comes back, it gets solid and rips. It had a use case, people believed in it, but like, what does it do now? I don't know. Sit there and speculate? Looks bearish, like it wants lower somewhere down to here. It's going to test 6 cents. I don't know. To me, that's a beatdown. Yeah. I used to love this and call absolute bottoms of coins at the lowest point we ever want to buy it at, but like, really? Some of these I think may be dead. I think the narrative behind them is over, and like they can't really get enough people to listen to the story anymore. Enough people don't care about altcoins anymore. Like even I do. I was a deep diver in altcoin. You told me something, I listen now. I'm like, dude, they could build this whole thing. I could deep dive research it. I could spend 18 months knowing everything about the chain, and then like the whole market could dump and it turns into zero again. I did a lot of research that I didn't need to do. I could have just flung my money into memes and forgot about it. I would have made even more money than all the research I did. Sad to say. And I thought I was this brainiac that knew everything about crypto. And fine, I knew about gains and I knew about DeFi, and I did make some gains in places people never thought they was possible. And yeah, I changed my life. I get it. Something's happened. But man, you know, for the most part, it was Bitcoin and DCAing. And that didn't take as much research as the other stuff that I was doing. Like when it came to, you know, Phantom and all the DeFi and learning about Aave, swapping and flipping and, right, using Frankenchain and all this crazy stuff we were doing, remember? Avalanche and the Snow coin, all this. I mean, it just never ended. Never ended, man. With that being said, this trade is attempting to take my brain from me. What do you know? It went back and forth again. We're still up in the trade, $81. So far, the people that said yes in the poll are correct, but I don't know. I got to win the trade. I could win it right now. We could call it a day. I have shaved the stop loss to $80, all right? I can only lose $86. That's great. I see shoulder, head, right shoulder here. It's low. It's almost one of the lowest points we've been inside the trade. It's up $100 on 21. That ain't bad. I'm the king of 3%. Haven't said that in a while. Anyway, two more trades from Massachusetts, and I'm out of here, folks. That's it. We did it. I don't know how. And then pray that I make it home safe. And Saturday morning, I'm going to be absolutely exhausted, but I'll stream at like 8:30 after like, I get home at like 1 in the morning. So I'll pass out at 2. I'll wake up at like 9. I'll do my stream at 10 in the morning like I normally do. I'll say, what up? And we'll see what the market has for us, man. And we'll begin my journey back in Florida. So weird to come home and go through all the motions of my memories of my life. This is where I was first a kid. This is where I first, you know, when you get out of school as like 9 years old, man, and you run into the woods. This is where I did it. Like my dad brought me to the vineyard. It was so free back here back then. Everyone was a free bird. All the kids wore no shoes. You ran out there, you know. The island was a simple place back then, man. There were still rich people here, but they were quieter. Now they're more robust and obnoxiously loud about their money. But hey, you know, things change, man. Shout out to the Wampanoag. Shout out to Martha's Vineyard. Shout out to the beautiful vacation I had. God, thank you for every day you've given me today. Whether it was rainy or sunny, I learned something about this island and had another good time with my children. I created memories for my family. That was the point. The memories I have to this day are instilled in my brain about coming to the vineyard. And I gave those memories to my kids. They played in the water almost every other day that it was sunny. We went to deserted islands on my boat. We had a blast. We had beaches to ourselves. I showed my friends a world that I grew up with. And I'm so blessed and so grateful. Most of you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay. You'll eventually get to know my life and see it if you stick around. I love you all. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. May we win this short for, you know what I mean? It looks like we may. And may at least get that stop loss to break even and go risk-free. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, I got a great life. God gave me a wonderful life. Every night before I go to bed, I say thank you. Every morning when I wake up, I say thank you. I am so grateful for every single thing that I've been given. May God bless you. Thank you so much. And I'll see each and every one of you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. You don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. God bless you all. See you on the flip side.